Sunny bhai, all this while you played this game, you love this sport, but now do you think people will look at this sport differently? It was never considered a dangerous sport. Sports like Formula One, like rugby were always considered dangerous sport. Now, after this incident, do you think people will look at cricket differently?
I don't think so. I think, this is just a freak accident that has happened. I don't think people look at the game differently, but I think people will be a little more aware of the fact that they need to take precaution, that they need to wear protective equipment, and to get the best of protective equipment. Look, I mean, people, as far as helmets are concerned, despite helmets, people on motorbikes have accidents and they pass away. That does not mean that people don't ride motorbikes. So, I mean, it's just something that happened. It's an accident, unfortunate accident. But I don't think people look at cricket differently.
You played at a time, you never used to wear the helmet. Clearly, you had the confidence to bat without a helmet. But now in hindsight, when you see an incident like this happen and you look back, do you think that those were dangerous times when you were playing cricket then and you had much quicker bowlers then?
No, I don't think we ever thought in those lines. The helmets were not available there, but even if they had been available, it's a matter of your own confidence. Because despite the helmets being available for a long time, I didn't actually use even the skull cap. So no, you never think in terms of that being a dangerous game, because if you think that way, that means you're out in the pavilion itself. If you ever think in terms of getting hit and that it's going to cause you problems, then you should not be on the field anyway. Cricket is a game which is played with a hard ball, and it's going to hurt. If it hits you on the fingers, if it hits you in the ribs, it hurts. You've got to grin and carry on. That is what batting is all about.
A word on the bowler, Sean Abbott. What do you think would be the best way to deal with him? Because that young man is he's a youngster. He definitely didn't intend to do this. But how best should one deal with him? Because he must be a devastated man today.
I know it's going to be very tough on him because despite all that is said by fast bowlers about looking to hurt the batsman, trying to undermine their confidence, some bowlers in the past have been quoted, if they have been quoted correctly, that they like to see blood on the field. But in reality, nobody likes to see another player being hurt on the field. Even if it's a broken finger or a dislocated shoulder, as we have seen sometimes with all the diving and sliding that takes place, or knee injuries, there is immediate sympathy from everybody concerned, even from the opposition. So nobody really likes to see a player getting hurt. So it must be tough on young Abbott. As to what has happened, I believe he's undergoing counselling from the time the ball hit Phil Hughes. I think he and his team have been undergoing counselling, and I'm sure that will continue because it is going to be tough for him.
A word on the India-Australia series, Sunny bhai. We've already heard that the Pakistan-New Zealand test match for the day has been abandoned. Do you think in this scenario it would be fair or right to have that test match which is due to start on the 4th?
Well, that's for both the boards to decide really what should be the situation. It is a tough time for cricket because it's not easy to get in the frame of mind to play a game when a fellow cricketer has lost his life. So it's not something that is going to be easy, and therefore I think it's something that I'm sure both the boards will decide on the correct course of action.
Just to look at it, various times, anyway, just looking at the sport of cricket, various times, players are questioned that, cricketers get paid too much money to play. But this is a reminder that what they're doing, it's a dangerous sport that they're part of. Do you think this incident is a reminder of that?
It is. And believe you me, it doesn't have to be a fast bowler who can cause you a serious injury, because it could be a slow bowler and you could try and play the sweep shot, and the ball can go off the top edge of your bat and hit you on the face or on the head, and that also can cause serious injuries. Now, you could actually, a lot of people have lost their teeth because they've top pitched the ball onto their faces. A lot of people have had serious injuries. So it is it's a game which, because it's played with a hard ball, can cause some serious injury. But as a batsman, you steel yourself to bear the pain and carry on. And this incident that happened is just one of those freak incidents that have happened. Very, very sad indeed. Very sad.
Since you say it was a freak incident, you've played this game for so long, would it also be fair to say you can have whatever you want, as much as R&D on cricket helmets, have the best technology in place, and yet freak incidents like this could happen?
Yes, I think that's something that you can't really predict because there is a lot of R&D being done about cricket equipment, about helmets, about gloves, about bats, about leg guards, about shoes. There's plenty excuse me, plenty that is being done, and the whole idea is to try and lessen the possibility of injury. But as I said, this is just one of those freak incidents. Apparently, I haven't seen the footage, but apparently he got hit on the back of the head. Now that is something which is very rare. Generally you get hit on the front side of the helmet and not on the back. But again, so that's completely, as I said, a completely freakish way to get injured.